into these files, and now I'm like, oh, this is demonic. This is clearly demonic. There's these references to pizza, a lot of references to pizza that are 100% some kind of a code. I must appease him with the gift of a man-child. Come to me. I must feed you. I must take you to the room of bliss. No, take him. No, take the baby. Take the baby. Don't leave me. I'm sure the baby will be fine. Because I have this crazy idea.
All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Unto his like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. I had to stop it right there because the simple fact is, I was watching something earlier and he had made mention of that. Somebody put the thing together. In plain sight, they show you exactly what they are and what they do. And these people are clearly the demonic as all hell. All right? And the world sees you. They see you people. The Lord is allowing them to see you. Brother have brought it up. Beautiful precept. I didn't even think about it. While I did the show on, I was just reading about bringing up Cain and Abel. And part of Cain's curse, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I'm going to just leave it on this. I'm going to use my other phone. Man. And the spirit, sometimes you may think certain scriptures is simple. When the spirit hits you and you really think on it, like, oh shit, like I ain't never, because that's the spirit of the Lord. And it says, Genesis 4, and I believe it's 17. No, I gotta go up. But 14. Behold, that has driven me Behold, that has driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face. Whose face Cain was talking about? The Most High's face. Basically, the Lord just turned around and looked at him and said, I don't know you. I'm not even looking your direction. What which I'm thinking of? Well, 2 Ezra 3:16. The Lord put by Esau. That's the same concept. When somebody put bys or is not looking at you, no desire, right? It says, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. So he said, anyone that findeth him shall slay him. The world's starting to see you for who you are, Esau. The jig is up. The world's starting to see exactly what kind of people you are. It's kind of perfect right there. Everything's a joke. Everything is not serious. You don't have the power to do anything towards anybody, but you on your blessing. You're on your blessing time, all right? Which is really your curse. But the world's starting to see. They're starting to see. Like through the spirit did a show, and then the next big abomination they planned to do was things that we said they were gonna do. There's gonna PDF files out there. They're gonna make it to deem that there's a sickness with them, so they could be more acceptable. So people can accept who they are. This is the world that we live in. All right, let me let this thing play out.
That I will order pizza, and so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I?
And this has been a Hollywood secret for a long time. And a new term that came out today, I was watching a couple of videos that popped up, and the new term was beef jerky. Everything's a joke to these devils, right? This is the rule. These are the ruling class people. This is what the people that rules, this is what they do. This is what they're all about. This is why we call them the fucking devil.
Jennifer, yes, Harrison?
During the Oscars and when everyone's invited dinner party with dinner.
That's kind of what the connection became. And you can look, I mean, you can't deny that a lot of these emails are very strange and do not make any sense in the context of actually talking about pizza, because it was internet slang that was previously that you were able to make the relation. I just don't see how you can't connect it, at least in some way. It's kind of like the Podesta thing. Everybody says, go and look at photos from Tony Podesta's house if you've never seen it before. And you're not going to say at the very least a weird or it look weird in terms of the art in and of itself.
Yeah. Let me read one of these pizza ones again. This is better than a Chinese cookie. See attached. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand. Does that seem like a normal thing that
you draw your
couple of billionaires be sending to each other? There was also a lot of language that appears to be coded regarding food. I wanted to let you know the crew really appreciated the pizza. Another email read, this is better than a Chinese cookie. See attached. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. This one talks about, yeah, that's the pizza. You mean radiating a soft glow with a look of bliss and excitement. There's one more, I think, in this list as well. Sorry, I have no stomach for even the slightest aggro. I don't have the stomach for it for any drama, imaginary or real. I'm still fragile off the last one and scared of shadows. This is in response to some videos that were shared where Jeffrey Epstein himself says, I watched all of these videos, don't send any more. And then Ghislaine is like, I can't stomach any of this. What the did you send that Jeffrey Epstein was like, no more?
Like we had this sort of vague understanding, but when you see in the email, like clear evidence that they're talking about children
in pretty obscene ways,
horrifying ways.
Because they speak in code, that everything is encoded, and the code is being broken. This is not no normal revealing. This is not we can't give credit to these devils for this revealing. All right. This comes on high. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I believe Luke 18. Luke 18:3, I believe. No. Slovakia. It says Luke 12:2. But there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the air in the closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. So this little secret shit that they were doing, yeah. The Lord sees all. All right. Matter of fact, this is the main one right here. I was watching earlier. The guy put it in. No, was it him? Hopefully he is. If not, I will just get the video. Let me get this real quick. Psalms 94 and right. Psalms 94:8. Understand ye brutish among the people, and you fools. When will you be wise? He that planteth the ear, shall he not hear? He that formed the eye, shall he not see? He that chasteth the heathen, shall he not correct? He that teacheth men knowledge, shall he not know? No, he knows exactly what's going on. Everything is on Jump Street. We in the time of revealing. We in the time of the revelation. All right, revelation, which is Greek word apocalypse, which we will say apocalypse. means to unveil. We're in the time of the unveiling. When we tell people in the world the so-called white man is a devil, like he's an actual Edomite, they didn't want to believe us. Now they have no other choice. All right. And this serves two purposes. The main purpose, the revealing, really for the elect for the world can see, and then the destruction. But in that occult world, they think now they could maintain their power. Oh, how foolish are they?
So that was the thing that, like, even when I talked to Mike Benz about that, he was sort of incredulous about that. It's like, I don't think they would use children. It just doesn't make any sense if they got caught. But it just seems like,
yeah, if Mike Benz was incredulous,
I know.
That's pretty big.
I just don't think we really knew until we saw those files come out.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, well, there's no denying it now. My position on it is completely shifted. I thought there's probably some really sick people that have an appetite for that, but I hadn't seen any real evidence for it until these files. And now I'm like, oh, this is demonic. This is clearly demonic.
Okay, so thank you for saying that. I'm somebody who was raised a Christian and went to Bible school and that kind of stuff as a kid, and youth groups, and then growing up in Central Coast of California, let's say, veered in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But the experiences that we've encountered over the last half a dozen years, it's hard to come up with a language to express what we're observing in the world other than the language of theology.
Well, demonic by action. So whether or not demons exist, if they did exist, that is how they would behave. They would prey on children and torture children. And there was the one where there was a suggestion with
Joe Rogan, he's just a typical, he's just a man. And in front of everybody, all these people, believe it or not, these people still in denial. They still in fucking denial. All right. This is not the one. I'm gonna get the other one. Slack you. You get that one. This is one of them.
Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. We'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that? Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful, above all, for your friendship. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids. A small insulated bag would be fine.
So the first video was the fact of there was graping children. Now this one, after they do the graping and all this other shit, yeah, they do the other thing. I mean, you don't get no more violent than what we're seeing and display right now. And everything that was being displayed was hidden. It was hidden. All right. And now the world can see what these people are what they're truly about. We're in a time of exposure. We're in a time of heavy judgment. Hey, even the average person, the average Americans will literally be praying for the downfall of this place. Ain't about that? They're gonna be literally praying. You're gonna have people that's gonna have the mindset of saying, the same thing that we used to say. All right, that's how real it's about to get, because there's so much evil in this world. The consciousness cannot bear this shit. This is beyond the realms of imagination. The things you're about to hear is the most sickening thing that you ever heard in your life. All right, It's nothing funny. There's nothing about this that's that makes you feel good. This is a terrible, terrible thing. All right, you don't combat love with this shit. You don't love your enemy who does this shit. Hey, that's why Yahweh Shem Shai, he is gonna have to intervene. He's gonna have to show the world this is what you got to do. All right.
I don't remember checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. There is one bag of beef jerky in the fridge. Please get it. Also, Blank has more at her place. Please get it from her as well. I suppose it needs to be in a cold, insulated bag. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. He said he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer. Why would you freeze jerky? Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt like it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, and some of that will go to Steve, and the rest will go to you at LSJ when I arrive. Little St. James Island. That's what LSJ must mean. So logically, that means that they were doing this off of the island. Steve Hansen is sending jerky to your attention overnight. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Jeffrey Epstein is asking to bring him more jerky. I'm flying in on Friday. I will bring jerky. Is there a time I could come say hi and drop off the beef jerky? And that's from Jeffrey Epstein. Francis has time to come tomorrow. Show me how to make it. Jerky class anyone. He will bring you to taste his new jerky recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called guys, the restaurant's called Cannibal and Cooked.
What's wrong with eating babies? If we've got extra babies around that nobody wants, why can't we?
And you heard that? I'm gonna play that again. This part.
New jerky recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called Cannibal. Guys, the restaurant's called.
Yeah, Cannibal. But that's not the one I wanted to express.
Cannibal and.
We're dealing with a sick, demented people, yo. These people are the devil that the Bible speaks of. How much more evidence do you need? How much more evidence do you need to see what we're dealing with? And it goes on.
Oops, what's wrong with eating babies? If we
And you heard what this motherfucker said?
got extra babies around that nobody wants, why can't we eat them? Right?
I'm really worried about that line of thinking. I think that's wrong, and I think it's a little dangerous. It sounds almost.
You're not imagining. You're just not imagining those circumstances.
No. So let me clarify, because this is important, right? Uh-huh. So it has such terrible consequences, both in terms of what we are doing to.
See, while everybody's focusing on the great, people not realizing this other shit that's taking place. That's far worse than that's what people gotta realize. This shit that's far worse than what they say. All right, far worse. And Yahweh Shem Yahshua is exposing every last wicked thing of this man.
We're captors on what we are doing to our own morality and the message we're sending to the rest of the world about whether we're good guys or bad guys, that I wouldn't do it. I might not do it even if I thought that it was absolutely going to work.
This is that guy from Young Turk. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck. Even Alice Skull and Bone Jones said it one time about if there was a famine, what he would do. So when he said it, he said, if it was between him and his neighbor, this is what he had to do. These people, you know, this, you know, when you focus on one vile shit, one is worse than the. There's something even they take it to a whole nother level. They take it to a whole nother level. And this is this conversation that these two individuals having. And hear this shit out.
When I don't think it It's very unlikely. Right? Once you start, no, it's not. That's why you've got to avoid those beginnings to avoid those endings. They never started little and they remained little. It always starts a little bit, and then they're drawing and quartering.
You are ignoring half of my argument, which is I'm arguing in most cases it's not psychopathology.
That seems like an incredible excuse for it.
No, Sam Harris can't figure out why we can't eat babies, right? It makes me look like an asshole.
So we agree there.
Now,
He said that he's concerned about him looking like an asshole. Dog, you a fucking demon. Who thinks these thoughts, yo? Who do these shits?
The slight caveat to that, or a very important caveat to that, is that, hey, isn't this a better way of life? I got 72 girls in Vegas that are better, right? So
you seem to think I'm much more hawkish than I am. You and I might check the same boxes. And the moment you accept, and again, many people don't accept this for reasons I cannot fathom, but the moment you accept that certain people really do eat babies, death today would not be a bad thing for them. Why can't we eat babies? You know, give me an ethical argument about why this is really, really.
That was another one. Hold on for a second. I'm just bringing out the evidence, y'all. Here we go.
Serious when your boy has to whip out the fancy mic, okay? And I'm gonna apologize in advance because you may never look at jerky the same way. I sure as hell don't. So remember how I told you that the devil and his friends use lots of food words constantly in emails in context that made no sense? Pizza party and cream cheese being top ones? Well, there was one food word that these people seem to obsess over more than any other one, and that was jerky. Now, this could just be because maybe he was a jerky enthusiast and just couldn't get enough of it. You know, rich people are weird sometimes. So let's read some of these examples together. How about we do that? All right, so this is from Francis Derby to Who Knows. Good day to you both. Just checking in to see if the jerky situation has been sorted out. Last we spoke, you planned to have rich beef FedExed to Paris. Just so we're all on the same page, the jerky is shelf stable and can travel without refrigeration. And then we have Karina Shuliak asking Francis, J.E. is asking to bring him more beef jerky on Friday. Are you also flying on Friday? If not, I would like to collect it from you and take with me on the plane. Now, we don't know who this is from, but it's to the devil. Jerky will be with me when I get to ISJ. I can come tomorrow and take care of white tuna if you'd like. Now, we don't know who this is from, but to the devil again. Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, roughly 2 pounds, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt it was more for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, and some of that will then go to Steve and the next to you at LSJ when I arrive. This one is from the devil to Steve Hansen. Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Now, I'm not a big jerky guy, but do you normally analyze your jerky? Ready for this one? From Francis Derby, subject jerky. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again. So he might be eating less jerky. That said, he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer.
You know what's crazy? You got the current Pontiff, the current ruler, and he make light of everything that's being said because they're all part of the problem. This is all of them. This is their doing. This is how the elites get down, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And there's another video, but I'm gonna bring out the scripture real quick. This is all. We're dealing with some sickos, man. Sorry. Wisdom of Solomon 12. This is the same spirit. And out of the blue, the spirit have it where a lot of little snippets, a lot of little videos are popping up about the Canaanites. All right. And how it was in that land. So the world's realizing this is not, we're not in paradise, or I can't say Disneyland because this is not Garden of Eden. This is not the kingdom of heaven. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 3. For it was thy will to destroy the hands of our fathers, both those old inhabitants of the Holy Land, whom thou hatest for doing the most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices, and also their merciless murders of children and devouring of men's flesh, and the feast of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatry crew, and their parents that killed their own hands, souls destitute of help. So they were sacrificing their children to the god Baal, Molech, which was the same thing. All right. This is what these people were doing back then. So the Lord got rid of them. So just imagine what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to do in the near future. He's going to smoke this place. He's going to utterly destroy this place. All right. This is what they were doing in that land, Canaan. And this is what Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the ruling class, are doing right in front of everybody's eyes. And everything's a fucking joke. Everything's a joke. Everything's, oh, don't look over here. And if you do, it's too late. Because who's getting arrested? Everybody that's in Congress are involved in some vile shit. You're not gonna be put in that position of power. And like people got that imaginary idea. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna change everything. You ain't changing shit. The only person that's gonna change, you're gonna conform to their doings, which makes you guilty. That is the God honest truth. You can't go into conform and think you're gonna clean up that mess because it was destined to be destroyed. It's like those people in that old land was. Same thing is gonna be here. This land is guilty of all sorts of wickedness. All sorts of wickedness, man. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to cleanse this place. But he's not even going to cleanse it. He's going to cleanse the world. He's just going to get rid of this fucking place. There's no repair. There's no, let's maintain it. The more these things are coming out, the more people are all going to cry to wipe this place out. You know? The more people is going to like, yo, enough is enough. Take this place got to go. Because in front of the world, there's holier than thou, the heroes, they will never harm fucking anything. But now the world's starting to see, like, wait a minute, you're not what you say you are. Far from it. Okay? Isaiah 47:1, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit in the ground, there's no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees. And they're doing this because they believe in their mind all the sacrifices that they're doing, they will get a piece of, this is their kingdom. Right? This is their kingdom. They believe in their heart that all the blood sacrifices. See, Cain couldn't do it right. Cain couldn't even get the sacrifice to the Lord correctly. What did Cain do? Cain sacrificed fruits, which you can't sacrifice fruits. There's life in it, but that was not what the Lord required. So if he can't get that right, how he's gonna get anything else right? That was a God honest truth, right? That was a God honest truth, and he was jealous of Abel because Abel did the right thing. So from the very beginning, they always have been what? They always have been the devil. All right. I'm laughing about it because now the world start to see. It's no longer hidden. This is the older daughter. It's the old daughter of the Chaldees. What the Chaldees were the Magi's. The Chaldees were what they call the illuminated ones of today, the Illuminati of their time. But that shall be no more called tender and delicate. So you're not going to be called these great things, all right? They'll have people believe that this is the land of the free, home of the brave, and all that fucking bullshit is thrown out the window. The world sees you for what it is. And it's looking real bad. Just take the millstones and grind mill, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. And ain't his shame being seen right now? From the freaking small hatters who collected dirt on everybody, right? Put these people in a compromising position, collected the dirt, and make sure everything ran to the way they want things to be done. And the world seeing it. I believe they said some woman got fired because she spoke about that gutter state. So the world sees it. The luck said, thy locks make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be seen. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. And I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So the Lord is coming back for revenge what you have done to his holy people. All right, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true biblical Israelites. And he's not coming as an ordinary man. You could talk to him. let's make a like how they did Iran the last time, like even right now, how they try to make a deal, right? Here it is, they so-called try to make a deal. He bring out a whole Amarada, which means a whole bunch, a big ass fleet of ships to make a peace deal, right? See, if the Lord came as a man, you have to build up an army to take you down. No, he's coming in with an army. He's coming for revenge. And he's not going to meet you as an equal. You're not going to be able to put your hands on him. He's coming as a God to judge the world. All right. And what did the Lord did? He found this place guilty. Oh, let me get that. Daniel 7:26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, and consume and destroy it unto the end. So whatever the Lord had planned out for this place is going to move on. Hey, the scripture says, declaring the end from the beginning. So this place was destined to be destroyed. And all the sins, all the things that we have seen and heard, this man is not fit to rule at all. Oh, that's why black you. Well, that's why not only is he not fit to rule, he's gonna have no rulership at all. Because what he even did to his own people. A lot of these emails This is of his own people. So that's what makes him not even worthy. Look how you treat your own kind. You're sacrificing your own. Oh, there was a video that was explaining if a child don't have no birth certificate. Oh, sorry. Let me say this right. This is how you know how evil these fucking people are. Yeah, we always point the finger at the billionaires, the trillionaires, the people that's in position of power. But there's their underlings. Their underlings meaning that whole breed, they are devils. So you have people out there. I did the video with the young girl that was in Australia. That was years ago, right? But you have people actually breed their children. Yes, I said it correctly. They breed their children to be part of that world. A lot of these people that successful, trauma based, they was brought up into a world. Now, when you watch, I can't remember, Utopia, Bada Bing, the second one. The first one too, but the first one was kind of underlining what I'm about to say. But the second one was right on point. The second one was dealing with the grooming of children to be raised up for a greater purpose. And that greater purpose is whatever a cult that they were part of. It wasn't part of no system per se. That's why John Cusack kept on saying to the children or anybody, what matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. This one is a trailer. Fair use, fair use. Good show.
We all have our purpose.
Slacky, I gotta play that again.
We all have our reasons for being in this world. We all have our purpose. Utopia is a story about a genius scientist who made horrible viruses.
Ebola, MERS, Zika, predicted in dystopia years before the first case in the real world.
God, you're one of those, huh?
It all has to mean something.
Done today to earn your place in this crowded world.
That was a saying throughout the whole fucking movie. What have you done today to earn your place in this crowded world? And throughout this whole this is a remake of the original, which the original is very good, very very good too. But this one was it was more closer to today than the other one. And he kept saying it. What have you did? What have you done to make to earn your spot in this crowded world today? And he tells everybody, all the workers, the people that's part of that cult, that and they fully understand. So I bring that up for this reason. There's people out there. You have your crisis actors. You have your people that was just like what's his face? Charles Manson? Okay. You have a network of these evil motherfuckers that's out there. And all they do is push the agenda of the elites. All right. Matter of fact, let me get this scripture. That's all they do. Whatever come down the pipe, there's a network of mother effers that do this stuff. Proverbs 6:12, which we know. So is there a conspiracy going on? Absolutely. Is there a secret society? Absolutely. A lot of these people are bad actors. All right. It says a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with forward mouth, and he winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. So that goes to what? Signs. All right. That only they know. what these signs mean, while the rest of us is oblivious what's going on. They speak in code. Matter of fact, I just found another scripture. It's in Sirach. Words, secret or something like that. Nah. We know about the whisperer. There's another scripture. I just found it too. Man, it goes into what it says. That's not it though. Equal to him that talk, believe not many words, for much communication with temper, smile upon thee without secrets. Nah, maybe it's not secrets. Oh well, if I can't find it, I just when I find it, the spirit. If I can't find it tonight, I will find it another time. It said foreignness is in his heart, which foreignness is what? Prevent, I don't know what's wrong with me. But you know, it's perverse things, but perversity, the deliberately desire to behave in an unreasonable or unacceptable way. And the way they live is unacceptable. Has always been unacceptable. All right. So they wanted to bring in this wickedness upon everybody. All right. Perverse things. So it says, that's what goes to foreignness. He deviseth mischief. He continually he soweth discord. Now, which when you go into the words mischief, not the Greek, what does mischief means? It means a group of rats. Literally. I did this, I looked it up before. Let me make sure I got it right. Mischief or mischievous. Hold on. Etamon. Mischief, evil condition, misfortune, hardship, need, want, wickedness, wrongdoing, evil. Misfortune, harm, which we should know that when I look up. I could do it the other way. It might be more in tune for what I just said. But I mean the other way, this. What is the name? Of rats. A group of rats is most commonly and traditionally called a mischief. Other more functional terms for a group of rats include colony, pack, swarm, plague, a horde. Wow. Well, the mischief is one thing, but the plague, a horde, yeah. So these people are plagues. They are a horde to this world. All right. They may not be able to multiply as normal people, but they have found a way to have people adapted to their ways. Okay, that's why when you read Matthew's the the fourth chapter, Luke, the fourth chapter. I'm not gonna go into it. When the Lord was tempted by Satan, and he told the Lord these things was given to him, that whosoever worship him, you could give it to. All right, and we all know, in order to achieve anything in this society, you have to give it up to a certain group of people. This is why Epstein was so empowered, all right, because favor was shown to him on the left hand side, and he most likely he's still alive. He faked his own demise, which makes perfect sense. All right, even his lieutenant, they say they moved her to a better place. She was in a maximum prison, and she's not in a maximum prison. Like the scripture says, they're not in trouble like other men. Psalms 73rd chapter, the 5th verse. And the scriptures also said the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So the people that runs it, they're a group of rats. Literally. All right? Literally. I'm not just saying it to say it. But for them to say a plague, that says a lot right there. Because these people are a plague to the world. This is a scripture says, I'm gonna end it off. I'm not gonna when I find the other one another time. I'm gonna end it off here. Psalms 135 and no, sorry, is it 137, 35? Yeah. 137 and 35. I have seen the wicked in great power. So when David saw it, David had a vision of the future. He saw the wicked in great power, ruling this world, influence. All right. Revelation 17 chapter tells you that when John saw it, he was at an admiration. All right. And when the Lord seen it, he saw all the kingdoms of the world. Okay. So that all the great men, they saw a vision of this place. So David was like, look, wow, wickedness really spread. And spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. There I sought him, but he could not be found. In other words, he will be diminished. This whole evil, wicked society is coming to an end. The Lord's going to destroy this man. His influence to the world is going to be destroyed. This is why Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is exposing every single thing that he does. All right? They're going to make it feel like it's going to be the most acceptable thing because you have the most powerful people that's in a position of power that's a part of it. And these are the lawmakers. These are the people that ensures these vile things happen. But yet they're gonna be destroyed. And then they will not be found anymore. With that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.